Welcome to your news cruise.
Yeah, where we get the word search of news. We get.
Are you just reading match?
Oh yeah, I'm doing a word search.
Are you getting on?
Yeah, no, but I found Sheffield Wednesday, mate.
All right, brilliant. Well, let's start off this cruise where we tell you everything that's been happening in the news surrounding Manchester United over the last week.
100 green fang spiders attack. I imagine sort of.
Good example of news not really relevant to what we'll be discussing today. Basically, over the last last few days, we can break the news into two categories. We have reaction to the Leicester game, and then we have transfers. So we'll start with reaction to the Leicester game. I've
got to put my hands up and apologise for this. I was watching the Manchester United Leicester game. I always watch the match, but I had a wedding on. So 61 minutes, I had to get off. I saw that outrageous foul on Raphael. I was like, right, well, that's going to be a foul. Probably pump it up and score a fourth one. We're 3-1 up. I thought I'd leave us a bit of a surprise. What was the final score? Not 5 past them, 6, 7?
It was 5-3, yeah.
5. I'm clumsy letting in a couple of goals like that, but 5-3. We're still scoring a lot. We tighten up at defence. That's going to be
We lost 5-3. They scored 5.
Come on. This is... I don't think so.
Yeah, we did. It's bound to be in one of them. Yeah, they scored 5. Basically, that foul on Raphael wasn't a foul, and then if you fall on the floor next to Raphael after fouling him, you get a penalty. And they got a penalty, and then they got some more after that, and that was it. They lost. So basically, the papers have been going mental traditionally, like newspapers do, and everybody seems to have lost perspective. Did a video about it yesterday, which is up now, where you can have a look at our review of the game and our sort of review of the general review, if you like. And the general idea is just calm down. You get freak results in football, and there were reasons that this occurred. Don't worry about it. Well, there are lots of things really. Poor officiating, the lack of a leader at the back. It's just, don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. People don't get experience unless you play them. Tyler Blackett will be better for the experience. It's easy. So we lost 5-3. It's fine. But something we have noticed is a recent trend in former players and coaches, people like René Moulenstein, Paul Scholes, Phil Neville, who cannot shut up at the minute. And this never happened under Sir Alex Ferguson. And everyone's just chipping in. And with Paul Scholes, it's often like very sensible words he's saying, often negative, and he says, I don't want to be critical of the club I love, but this is happening, this is happening. And you think, yeah, fair enough, Paul, and he is now working in the media. And then you've got Moulenstein saying that, obviously, Louis van Gaal hates Luke Shaw, doesn't rate him, which is why he hasn't played. Ian, why has Luke Shaw not played yet?
Luke Shaw hasn't played because his fitness, he was a bit chubby around the edges. His fitness, they tried to get him a bit fit. He had an injury. You're not just going to get someone back. Someone doesn't recover from a stroke, and then you're like, you know what, mate? I know you've only just got out of hospital. 90 minutes of football.
I mean, Luke
Shaw
didn't have a stroke. He did his hammy, but yeah, it's essentially the point. No.
Oh.
So he hasn't played because he's been injured. You can't just go, well, he obviously hates him. That's why he bought him. What are you talking about? And then we've got Phil Neville, who is desperately trying to become the least liked pundit in football, came out and said, well, they've got to spend another 100 million, haven't they? What are you talking about, Phil? Last year, you were the coach of the side that came 7th. We didn't hear anything about us needing to spend money. Now you're not there, you're going, well, they've got problems, they've got to spend loads of money. Yes, you helped inflict those problems, Phil. I'm having a go at you, but come on, just keep your mouth shut. Who are you helping?
I'm having a go at you, Phil. Your dad's called Neville. You come from a family who named someone after the surname. As far as I'm concerned, your opinion means nothing to me.
Harsh words.
My dad's not called Smith.
Should be. But Johnny Evans, he got injured. He's had a scan. It looks like he'll be out for a month. So that's not great news either. So let's move away, shall we, from the defeat against Leicester. We're over it. As I said, there is another video. Check it out. Let's move on to the world of transfers, starting with the Manchester Evening News, who have done this. Their defence doesn't look that good, does it? Who are good defenders? Who are? Anyone know any good? Just Google good defenders. They came up with these 5. Neven Subotic, Hummels, Vlaar, Diego Godin and Benedict Howlers. So basically, they just picked 5 good defenders, and Ron Vlaar, he's a good defender, he plays for Villa, and just went...
Is Ron Vlaar a good defender? Because he had one good World Cup, but before that, people, if you had said Ron Vlaar to someone, they would have either said, so, who are you, why are you saying Ron Vlaar? Or if they were a football fan, they'd be like, yeah, I mean, he's okay, but Villa are flipping dog poo.
Yeah, it is a bit like, if he hadn't had a great World Cup, then and I guess if he wasn't Dutch and Van Gaal's Dutch, it is a bit of an odd one. You can't base his whole career on, had a good World Cup, sign him up!
Someone with poor football knowledge, which is probably what most reporters are, have an opinion about football. Like, oh, oh yeah, he was, because I read in the papers his name that he'd been good at the World Cup, so now he's amazing. Yeah.
So basically they've just linked us to 5 defenders because they've gone, well, they need defenders, who's good? These people, they'll want them. We've I mean, there's nothing in this other than they've Googled defenders as far as we can work out.
You know what I think is our solution?
Go on.
He's out of contract at the minute. Once his knee recovers, get him on a free. Valdez, De Gea, both in goal. Play 2 in goal. You're welcome.
Nice. Talking of Valdez, Barcelona is a tedious link. Gerard Piqué is being linked to us because he's not been playing a lot at Barcelona this season.
He's coming home! Little Piqué.
I'm sure he would count Barcelona as his home.
Loan from the nest. He's coming back.
Yeah, it doesn't seem impossible, but I can't. The report is that we're buying him in January. Can't see that happening at all. But it doesn't seem outrageous that we could go for Piqué. I can't imagine he's going to leave Barcelona, can you?
I can tell you another person who I can't imagine is going to leave, who we keep getting linked to over and over again. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Woo!
Again?
Yeah. Louis van Gaal says it's possible, but he doesn't expect Real Madrid to sell him. Ronaldo's obviously always saying nice things about Manchester because he loves it, but then always says like, well, probably he's going to stay in Madrid though because it's nice and sunny in there.
Well,
likes it there, doesn't he?
What I would say about Louis van Gaal saying it's possible for me to cartwheel into London Fashion Week and have sex with every single person involved in the event. It's possible. It's not going to happen. There's a lot of negotiations and finances that would lead to me having to do that. I need to learn how to do a cartwheel. I'd need to buy a lot of condoms. Anyway, so Vidal, what's happening with that?
We've been linked to Arturo Vidal. Obviously, his agent's still in Manchester. £35 million. And this person, whoever has written this, obviously paid no attention to the nonsense throughout the summer and the constant links and went, tell you what, got a scoop. No one's thought of this before. United are going to try and sign Vidal. Shut up, you moron. What is the point? Elsewhere, Kevin Strootman, allegedly Roma, willing to sell in January, but only if we offer the same sort of money it cost to buy Di Maria, £60 million. The same person who wrote this said that they would have accepted 25, and they saw that Di Maria got 60, so I think the Strootman is worth 60. I don't know I can't imagine that's how people run football clubs. Not impossible though, that they'd want a bit of money. So it looks like they want £60 million for Kevin Strootman. We know Louis van Gaal loves him. Is that going to happen? No idea. Depends for Roma in the Champions League, if he wants to be playing there, if he wants to be in January. He's had an injury. We can't tell. Ian, what are you doing?
I was looking to see if the Angling Times have got an angle on Vidal. I found this article about, is bread good in summer?
Is it?
Who knows?
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much. This has been United's News Cruise. We'll be back next week with a conclusive answer to whether bread is good in summer.